and being the one who was in charge of the messaging through CSL, originally Religious Science of Montclair, then the Center for Conscious Living, and now the Center for Spiritual Living. Um, I did not have a relationship, so to speak, with many Christian holidays in the way they were practiced. So from early on, from the very beginning, our our Easter, what would be a Palm Sunday and Easter celebration, was replaced with a phoenix, because I can really live into that idea. I can really live into the idea of shedding the unwanted and embracing the new and rising up out of the ashes. And I'm sure there's everyone here knows that experience of the oh crap, and then rising up. I know you know what it's like. I know you've made a sin, or you turned a corner, or you thought you were lost, or during a divorce, or the loss of a job, or someplace along the line, you just had this, even if it was brief moment of, how am I going to do this? And so for me, the phoenix shedding and the phoenix rising is celebrating that experience. And just like it would be for Palm Sunday, there's not a time of year that this happens, but this happened to be the time that we do celebrate it. And I'm a little sad that this is now the second year that we're not together physically, because we have done it in the past with much pomp and circumstance, from palms laying on the floor to you would all receive a blessing from myself, Reverend Joel. A number of different people have helped over the years with the blessing. So, but here we are. And not only here we are, but I think you're here. So I know you survived. And without taking a survey, I'm going to guess that you've all done really well. There were scary moments. There might have been temptation to be, and I say depressed, temptation as if it was a choice. Sometimes that choice comes up, and we don't have what it takes to resist it, and then we go with it. And so sometimes we're in a state of depression for a little bit. I get that. For some of us, we had to avoid a lot going out because of our health concerns. If you had any immune deficiency or compromising health ailments, you took this past year quite seriously. And then, of course, even if you didn't, the world around you was taking it so seriously. So even if you wanted to float out in the world, there wasn't much to float out to, because we have been living behind closed doors for good reason. So you've paid your dues this year. You have grown stronger muscles. You have become versed in learning to love yourself and making good self care decisions. Can I get an amen for that? Yes, thank you, because I know it. I know who you are. And even if you were distracted, and not only was COVID a distraction, as a community, I'm proud. I'm proud how we have moved through learning to educate ourselves in the subject of racism, and how we have drawn others into this conversation, not only inside this community but outside of the community. So I'm proud of who you are. I'm proud of who we have been, and I know because I believe in you. I believe in this community. I believe in what we used to have written across the back of our wall. Thank you to Beth Bachman, that we're building a global community of people who choose love, one person at a time. And we don't celebrate that old vision very often anymore. But the truth is, that's who we've been. We've always been willing to get down to that single individual and celebrate it that way, and celebrate each other that way, and celebrate the teaching in each other that way. So this year, I want to bring a little bit a lighter version of this very poignant and powerful conversation of transformation to our screen and to each other. And so this year, the title of today's talk is We Must Let Go to Receive Our Good. Because I don't know about you, but you can't hold on to fear and open to possibility. You ever notice that? You can't hold on to the old relationship and then expect something new. You can't do it. It won't happen, folks. We are giving these choices at every moment, and we have to look at it. And it's yeah. I'll share a quick story, not necessarily related to letting go of our good, but be growing self awareness. I was sitting in my favorite little vegan Chinese restaurant the other day in Denville, Veggie Heaven. Some of my local friends know this lovely little restaurant. And what happened, they were very understaffed, and I was very hungry. I hadn't had breakfast, so my lunch was becoming my breakfast. And I walk in, and I'm not greeted because the young man, very young man, behind the counter was taking care of somebody. So there was none of the normal being greeted or seated in the way it was. And I watched my mind. See, we want to watch our mind. This is the beauty of stillness. This is the beauty of meditation. This is the beauty of slowing down. So I watched my mind. I watched how I was making assessments and judgments. And I watched how I thought I deserved something that wasn't present in the moment. It wasn't there. Why? Because they were understaffed and doing the best they could. But there, right there, smacking me right in my face was my white privilege saying, why aren't they taking care of me? Why am I not being served? And so I sat at the table and I'm reading a book, but I'm also paying attention. And I'm looking around and I thought to myself, wow, I really feel like this should be different. Like somebody owes me something. And then I made the decision right there, right on the spot. I made the decision to let go of my expectations and to let go of what I thought was right and to be willing to be in the experience of what was. Let me tell you how quickly everything moved when I let go of that experience. But it is another way of recognizing that I had to let go of who I've been to become who I want to be. Because when I'm in the world, I want every step to be a step of kindness. And I'm not having an experience of kindness if I'm saying, where's the waiter? Where's the food? Why aren't they taking care of me? What are they doing? Why is he putting that stuff away instead of taking care of me? Oh my God. Because my mind was busy with it. I don't walk around this crazy all the time. I'm just kind of letting you in on a few moments. But this is the letting go. This is the opportunity that we have on a regular basis to let go, to let go, to let go. So I've broken it down to this time down to four parts. Part one, and this I want y'all to listen to me. There should never be a delay in desiring an outcome. There should never ever be a delay in having a dream. There should never be a resistance to saying, well, what do I want to have happen in the next year? Is it a new home? Is it a trip around the world? Is it a new relationship? Is it a new business? Nothing, people, nothing, no thing gets created until or prior to us first having the desire. I want you to wrap your mind around that. Let yourself desire. And I'll use a bunch of words that we don't even always use. Let yourself wish, want, and desire. I know, some of those words are not the most powerful, but whatever level you can, even if it is just an experience of peace, even if it's just the desire for peace. Okay? So So, matter of fact, yesterday I found out about a conference that I want to go to, hoping that we're going to go in person, and I had one conversation with Neil, one conversation, and he got on and he booked it. I'm like, oh, that was an easy demonstration, because sometimes they come that easy. Sometimes they are that simple. But part one, please let yourself dream, or vision, or want, or desire. Any whatever word you want to stick in there, but let that happen, and don't put resistance on it. Don't judge what it is that you're wanting for yourself. It's okay. I mean, it's okay as long as it's not doing harm to another. But my guess is everyone in here are individuals who would only want within the realm of what they could have without harming another. Part two, what's in the way? Okay, everything in life, every minister, every practitioner, every coach, this is always what we do. What do you want? What's in the way? How do we get it out of the way? Done. That that's the formula for everything. That's There's no secret to this. That is the formula for everything. So if once you get what you want, what's in the way? You have to pay attention. Oh, by the way, the action steps for part one are dream, or create a mind map, or create a blueprint, a physical cutting out pictures like the old fashioned. I think we used to call them treasure maps. I called them blueprint, from the community that I originally came from. But and then find someone who can share your dream. Find someone who be willing to say, "Oh man, that sounds good," and never cast pearl before swine. If you think someone's going to doubt you, if you think someone is going to poo poo in your dream, don't share it. Find someone. Find someone who'll say, "Oh my God, yes, yes, go ahead, Kamos. Have that language school. You go for it, girl." Find someone who believes in the fullness of your being. Okay? You want to set your dream free. Um, because nothing happens before you set it on your GPS, your internal GPS. Still waiting for a better acronym than that, but the point is you have to set the direction. Okay, so part two. I don't know about you, but I'm going to be honest with you. I sometimes struggle. I sometimes find doubt. Sometimes am in touch with my fear. So what I won't do, I won't deny it. Because there's a saying by a woman, Mary something, whose name I don't have right now. What's in the way is the way. So if what is in the way for you is fear, bless it. If what is in the way for you is doubt, bless it, and bless it immediately, because an alchemical change will happen when you bless something instead of running from it. Because if you have fear and you try to hide from it, you have doubt and you try to hide from it, guess what? It doesn't work. You can't hide from yourself. We all know this. Wherever we go, there we are, warts and all. So if fear comes up, look at that and go, wow, that's fear. You don't even have to say, I'm afraid. You say, oh, that's fear. Oh, that's doubt. Oh, that's a belief that I can't do it. And you look at it until it begins to lose its power and dissipates. A lot of people are often afraid that by looking at something, you're giving it more fuel. It doesn't work that way. I mean, it can sometimes, but mostly when you look it straight in the eye from a conscious, powerful mind, it cannot hold up to the truth of your being and the light that you bring to it. So, what we do is we look at it and we watch it kind of dispel and break away into the nothingness. Okay. The action steps for this part, for part two, are Work with a practitioner. Pray, pray, spiritual mind treatment by any name. Meditate, contemplate. And I separate those two because meditation is that quiet, receptive mode, but contemplation is to really ponder upon something so you can really feel the fabric of it in the way it lives inside of you. Because you want to know yourself. You want to know yourself. Get clear on what's in the way. Get clear. Because remember, what's in the way is the way. And so that you want to know what that is. You want to know what that is. Okay. Part three. Part three. Yes, I'm reminding you that what's in the way is the way. And the moment you identify it again, the moment you identify it, bless it. Because blessing it is a way of surrounding it with love and possibility and beauty and intelligence. That is the way to go with that. If that familiar feeling of limitation continues to come up, be ready to challenge it. Now, we have to challenge things in a couple of ways, but because everything lands in our subconscious, okay, everything lands there. But in order to get into the subconscious, now we're all adults, right? We're all big people here. While we're all adults, it must pass through your conscious mind to get there. So you want to use your conscious mind as a powerful gatekeeper. So once you recognize what those feelings and beliefs and conditions are that you have put in the way, the second it comes up, be ready. Now, of course, we always speak about Raymond Charles Barker, and Raymond Charles Barker would say, there's not a word of truth in this. Michelle's version of that is, ain't so, not happening, because I like to have fun. But you do this because you want to meet it every single time it's there. Because every thought that comes up is a little piece of the puzzle. And that accumulates over time and becomes a belief. So we do not want that belief to grow roots in our subconscious. The quickest, the most potent way to unmine those roots or to uproot them is to challenge them the second you feel them. Am I understood? Is there any question about that? Because if anybody has a question, you could ask me, you could put it in the chat, but this is really important. No questions? Okay. I can't see everybody because I'm not on gallery view. So if you have a question, though, put it in the chat or even communicate with Neil. And then it's release. Consciously speaking release. Consciously speaking the words. Or, and we'll do this little, we'll do release in a minute. You write it down and you burn it. You write it down and you bury it. You write it on a stone and throw it into a river. You speak it into your pillow, or you go to a friend that you know will receive it, or a practitioner, and you say to them, I just need to speak this out loud so I don't carry it anymore. And you go to a loving, receptive person is what I mean by place, person who will hear you, but not believe in the limitation. Don't call a girlfriend or a guy where they're going to say, yeah, man, that really sucks. Oh, yeah, I hear you. I'm like that too. You don't want agreement, folks. You do not want someone to collaborate. You don't want someone to collude with your less than. You want someone to collaborate with your possibility. Are you remembering that? No collusion, yes to collaboration. So you say to somebody, I need you to hear me. And you purge and you release. Why? Because if we try to keep the energy of the not enoughness tamped down without doing it consciously, that's when it grows. And then it shows up in a variety of ways. So please, 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 do what you can to let go of the burden and pay attention. What judgments are you? How are you judging yourself? How are you judging the world around you? When I was at that Chinese restaurant, I was judging the situation. I was judging the staff. I was judging the service. What kind of experience could I have when I'm in judgment more than when I'm in acceptance? Right? You get that? Your life is right there before you. Learn to read it. Learn to read it. Okay. Part 4. Do a small something every day that moves you toward that dream, that desire, that goal. One little thing. For example, it could be that you decide to research what it's like to open a new business. You can research the name because you want to know, can I have this name, or is it already out there? You might decide to, if it's about if it's about you want to move, you might start to research homes in your area. Do one thing every day that moves you toward your dreams and desires. Yes? Okay. So wait, I'm gonna change our view for 1 second. We're gonna go to gallery view. Folks, what do you want to let go of? What are you willing to release? Now I'm asking you to be aware of what's in the way and put it in the chat. What belief do you have about yourself? What doubt have you been living behind that has interrupted your dreams coming true? So as I'm speaking, we didn't do the we didn't do the song I released today, huh? Oh, that's funny. As I'm speaking right now, begin to use the chat. Come on, let's let it go into this fertile, loving community that is accepting and that will not give credence to your less than. Let's do that. Because this is what I know, and I'm going to begin to treat as you write. Although I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Somebody, am I not seeing them for some reason? Or are we not writing yet? Come on in, folks. I know for each and every one of you. Ah, yes, yes. I know for each and every one of you that even as you speak the words or as you type the words, there's a freedom that happens. I call this community and this space and this time enough. I declare that every word, oh God, I love what I'm reading. I love what you're letting go of. And every time we see another word come up, this is what I know. I know that it begins to have no power. You and I can free ourselves and support each other in freeing what's being shared. We are not, you are not at the mercy. You are not at the mercy of those ideas. You are not at the, oh my God, thank you, God. Thank you for sharing these. Thank you. You are not at the mercy of these ideas. Not now, not ever. Not now, not ever. Now, I want you to remember every year for the Phoenix shedding, we offer a blessing. So, is everyone here willing to receive a blessing? Okay. If you're willing to come on screen at this moment, I invite you to do so we can see each other in the eyes. Please, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you for participating. Thank you for sharing the things you're releasing. Thank you. I'm just going to give another moment, hoping a few more of you will come on screen so we could see each other. Okay, beautiful. Thank you. So, this is what I know. I speak this word not as myself, Michelle, but the I am of me. The I am of me that lives at the heart of each of you. My I am salutes and recognizes your I am. Right now, from this high and holy place, I declare that you are not now, never have been, and never will be at the mercy of these limiting ideas. I declare in your behalf that this week between Phoenix shedding and Phoenix rising, that everything in the way is purged, that you recognize your power and your strength and your love and your beauty, and that becomes your reality. That you recreate yourself from your conscious place. I believe in you as deserving, deserving of love, deserving of good, deserving of abundance, deserving of health. I believe in you because I believe that you are the presence, the actual presence of God incarnated as you, as this individual. I believe that. And what I know for every individual here, anyone who spoke about ill health, what I know is as we recognize God as you, God is the reality. God is the healing salve. God is the authority. God is the doctor. God is the diagnosis. This is the truth of each of us. And we get to recognize this in each other. If you're willing to accept, just breathe a sigh of exception or acceptance, I meant to say. Let it filter into your body temple. Become free. Free, free, free. With a great sense of beauty and a bounty of love, I release this word into the beautiful law that acts upon it and makes it so. And so it is.